Our debate topic is if single-gender schools do more harm than good. The idea of boys-only and girls-only schools have been around for years, but the question is, do those schools do more harm than good? The kids in the schools might think the world is something different. This world is of men and women, not only men, not only women. What will happen when the single-gender school kids grow up? Single-gender education is not discriminatory, but also kids will also miss some important things of the education process.
Okay, you're opening.
Hello, boys and girls. Thank you for coming to this debate. This is a debate about should boys and girls, should they be in the same class together?
Okay, your first argument.
The first reason we think boys and girls should not be in separate schools is because these schools educate children in an environment that is totally different from what they will see for the rest of their lives. This is a men and women's world. When the children grow up, the universities they will attend are going to be co-educational. Their jobs too. This world isn't single gender. A couple of days ago, I interviewed my mom, who went to an all-girls school. She told me about her experience when she did have to socialize with boys. She said, when my friends and I actually had to be with boys, we had no idea how to be around boys. In fact, my friend thought it was fine to date more than one guy at the same time. They were always super excited to be around boys. They didn't know they were hurting their feelings. We had never been taught to be around boys. I didn't have more than one date, but when I was around boys, I was always shy and nervous. The same thing would be for boys. In these schools, kids will never be used to interacting with the opposite gender. I don't mean only dating, I mean just being around them, working and learning from each other. Some gender schools can really do a lot of harm in the way of teaching kids under very different circumstances from what the real world is like.
Okay, your rebuttal.
Single-sex school students are most likely to stay away from drinking, smoking, and drugs. When in high school, kids are most likely interested in boyfriend and girlfriend than schoolwork. Single-sex schools allow boys can do boy activities and girls can do girl activities.
Okay, so was that your rebuttal or was that your first argument?
My rebuttal.
That was your rebuttal? Okay. Your first argument?
It causes them to have bad behavior. Boys are more interested in girls than they are learning. Boys could drop out of school because of this.
Okay. Your rebuttal?
Okay. The other group might say that single-gender education is a valuable option. Give each gender a school of their own. But back to our first argument. Single-gender's approach offers no real social or educational benefits for girls or for boys. You will be educating children under conditions that are very different from what they will experience the rest of their lives when they go into the real world, a world of men and women.
Okay. Your second argument, please, ladies.
Our second argument is that when boys and girls are in the same school, boys and girls tend to get better grades. Studies show that if boys and girls are in the same school and classroom, both genders will get better grades in classes like English, math, and science. They cooperate with each other and will just improve their usual grades. Girls give boys an example to study. The boys create a healthy, competitive environment for girls. Co-educational schools are great in many ways. Sometimes you might confuse co-educational environment with bad competition. Actually, competition encourages boys and girls to study hard to get the best grades. Also, according to a Penn State University study, that competition usually only takes place in the first few grades. It wears down once they hit the 7th grade and above. After that, getting good grades becomes something like a habit. Also, when boys and girls are in the same school, boys and girls learn to respect the opposite gender. In our first argument, Valeria's mom stated that her friends dated more than one boy at the same time. They weren't taught how to relate with boys. Thus, didn't have a sense of how to behave and respect the opposite gender.
Your rebuttal to that research? Do you have a rebuttal? Okay. Your second argument, please.
Mission makes schools for only boys. Also makes sense for girls. The girls can distract boys and the boys can distract the girls. The girls won't be as fun as the boys. The girls could be so boring to the boys. The girls, if we have to do something gross, they won't want to do it. The girls won't want to do anything at all. The boys will have to do all the work. The boys can get a low grade, low one, and the girls. The girls won't want to dissect their frogs.
Your rebuttal?
Okay. Well, even though boys and girls might not like each other, some do. Besides, when you grow up, you will at some point. And exactly. And so, well, I mean, it's just the thing. If boys don't want to play with girls, that's their decision. Girls can play something else. Boys can play baseball, whatever they want. But girls can play something like, I don't know, Foursquare, for example. They don't necessarily need to play the same thing.
Okay. Your third argument?
Okay. A third argument is about discrimination. Title IX clearly says that no person in the United States shall, on the basis of gender, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. This means it wouldn't be fair, for example, a boys' school got a boy basketball, but a girls' school didn't have a basketball team. By law, the girls' school must also have a girls' basketball team. But what if this wasn't done? What would happen then? Who would actually make sure these little details actually happen? Professor David Zocker, an interview for the CQ Research, July 2002, remind us why Title IX restricted a single-gender schools in the first place. 30 years ago, big cities in Philadelphia, Boston, and others had single-gender schools, and the courts actually found that the girls' school received less funds. So this already happened. That's when we have Title IX law. We cannot allow discrimination. We cannot allow separate and unequal schools. This gender gap in education spending is a trend we should reverse, not promote. The Title IX is a law we should strengthen, not weaken, said by Professor David Zocker.
Your rebuttal? Okay. All right. Your third argument?
Girls can raise their hand without being made fun of. There will also be less boyfriend and girlfriend. Single-sex schools are most likely interested in drinking and smoking. This will also stop marriage at a young age.
Okay. Your rebuttal?
What studies have shown that just because they go to a co-educational school means that they'll drink more or, take drugs or something? You can tell me.
When they're sad.
Do you have a study?
When you sad, you cry. When you're sad, you
All right. Okay. Closing statements.
That's why we think co-educational schools are better than single-gender schools. Our 3 points were, if boys and girls go to separate schools, they won't be prepared to coexist in a real world. Through the interview we conducted to an all-girls educated person, we can conclude that the development of some gender-associated social skills could be damaging. 2. We also saw that having co-educational schools promote healthy, competitive environments for boys and girls. Kids that attend co-ed schools have better grades than those from segregated schools. 3. It is actually discriminating to have only boys or only girls. It has already been the case that one school gets better resources than another. Cutting the opportunity opportunities that one gender could have in the future. We thank you for listening to our argument. We think we need boys and girls to be learning and sharing in the same school.
Gentlemen, your closing argument?
Thank you for coming to this debate. I wish you vote for us, but we won't see you until the end. So if you want to vote for us, go ahead.
All right, thank you.